They say that every man has a dream. I know the stories of several dreamers who were educated and grew up here at the Meir Shfeya village. And how wonderful it is that these dreamers worked so very hard to make their dreams a reality for all of us from 1887 and still today. So what does this field have to do with those dreams, you ask? In 1887, the Baron de Rothschild and his officials arrived at the Arab village of Shfeya. They bought the land with the aim of establishing continuous Jewish settlement between Zichron Yaakov and Bat Shlomo. Rothschild's dream was to create a prosperous colony, but in reality, only 10 youngsters from the agricultural school in Zichron Yaakov came to work the arid land. When asked where they were going, they replied to Meir Shfeya. Who was this Meir Shfeya? Was he the treasurer? Was he one of the pioneers, perhaps? The answer, of course, is no. The village was simply named after Meir Anshel Rothschild, the Baron Rothschild's grandfather, and Shfeya, which was the name of the Arab village Shfeya. In 1891, the dream started becoming a reality when the first 10 families came to settle in the village and make Shfeya an agricultural colony. The plan was to make the main building a resort for local residents, but the educational spirit at Meir Shfeya prevailed. Dreamers didn't come to Shfeya, but students did. They came during the pogrom in Kishinev and again during the World War I, straight from the Herzliya Gymnasium. But the real story of Meir Shfeya Youth Village starts in 1923, following a decision by Menachem Usishkin and Nachum Sokolov to establish the first school for girls orphaned by the war. When you think about it, it was these girls who conquered the rocky terrain, overcame hardships, and began making the dream a reality. The small village grew and prospered, and in 1926 was honored by a visit by Israel national poet Chaim Nachman Bialik. Inspired by the place, Bialik wrote a poem which he dedicated to the young girls at Shfeya. Bialik wasn't the only one to fall in love with Shfeya. Everyone who came to this young farming community fell in love with the place. By the end of the 1920s, Hadassah, the women's Zionist organization, became a significant partner and took the village's development and organization under its wing. In the mid-1930s, when efforts to create a Jewish state increased, Shfeya became a training base for the Haganah. At night, people dreamed of independence, and during the day, they fought the enemy and built the village. From the 1940s onward, the village began supporting the national cause, taking in immigrant children and youth from Europe, Syria, Yemen, Iraq, and later even a group of refugees from Vietnam. Opening its doors to immigrants from all corners of the world is the cornerstone of Shfeya's worldview. Because they knew then, and we still understand today, that every child's dream is simply to feel at home. So what did these new immigrants do in the village, you ask? Well, there was a bakery, a vegetable garden, and a metal shop where the students worked after school hours. The mandolin orchestra, which became our trademark, was formed in the 1940s. The orchestra was established in the 1920s by Moshe Medalia, but it really took off in the 1940s, when Moshe Yaakovzon, a former student, made the orchestra one of the most important elements in Shfeya. To this very day, our orchestra performs all over Israel and around the world. It symbolizes many different people playing together to create harmony. It is not just a mandolin orchestra, it is part of our worldview. So what happens here today? Well, the village has a regional school that teaches science and agriculture to the boarding school students. They are joined by students from the Mofet program. These are outstanding students who come from surrounding communities. The village also has a boarding school that has been taking in students from the former Soviet Union since 1996. These youngsters come to Israel without their parents through the Na'ale project, and our village immediately becomes their home. The youth village also has an active and prosperous farm. We don't rest for a moment. The morning begins with school, and the afternoons are filled with activities, sports, arts, and other recreational activities. Last week, some of the students completed a diving course, and last month, others finished a gliding course. Everyone here finds something they like to do, and we have the opportunity to develop that interest. So, what do we do on the farm? The farm has a chicken coop, a dairy, livestock, and vineyards. We even have our own boutique winery, and as was done in the past, today too we tend our vineyards, harvest our grapes, and take them to the winery. We make excellent wine. So what has changed? Technology and science. We cherish our traditions and the unique character of the village, but at the same time are continually marching forward, allowing innovation and technology to take us into the future. Our dairy is equipped with the latest technology. The winery has the most advanced and sophisticated equipment available, and we are running collaborative research projects with the Weizmann Institute, the Technion, and the Faculty of Agriculture in Rehovot. We believe that those who receive should also give. That's why every student volunteers where they can contribute to the community, at institutions for people with special needs, in the Civil Guard, and yes, also at Shfeya, helping our young friends and improving our community life. Immediately after completing our study program at the village, most of us are recruited to the IDF. And while here at Shfeya, we prepare for this important stage of life, attending pre-army preparation courses and joining the IDF. The Hadassah organization continues to support the Meir Shfeya Youth Village, and thanks to their partnership and support, many buildings have been renovated over the last few years, letting us, the students, enjoy our stay here that little bit more. On a journey to Ethiopia, my friends met with their parents and families. We traveled all that way to gain a better understanding of the meaning of home and how important it is for everyone to feel a home in their heart. This is part of the beauty of our small village. The boarding school houses students from all over Israel and all over the world, as well as students that come from the surrounding area. It's like a microcosm of Israeli society. And of course, as you already know, we have room for everyone. The same old cypress tree still stands, and we welcome everyone who comes to visit. My friends from previous graduating classes come at every opportunity, and not just them. If you see a man with graying hair walking around with his granddaughter, you'll know that he too is a Shfeyan alumni, for once a Shfeyan, always a Shfeyan. At Shfeya we have room, an alumni house as a matter of fact, for all alumni who come to visit, and they do. There's something about this place. It stays with you for the rest of your life.